What's going on, everybody? It is CutsbyCoast here, bringing you another video. Today we are doing a bald fade. As you can tell, I lost some of the clips starting this off, but nevertheless, I'm gonna show you guys the rest of this haircut. So of course, we're gonna start off with balding him out. Next, we're gonna dive right into our open section. We're gonna set that about 1 inch high. And after we've set in our guideline, we're just gonna fade down after that. We're gonna move the lever halfway closed, and we're gonna go up just a little bit past halfway. Then we'll grab the lever all the way closed, flicking that up another third of the way. And then we'll just make sure that everything matches color-wise after that. And if we need to, we'll grab our detailer and we'll flick out the bottom line. After we've done that, we can now grab our 1 guard, and I'm just gonna kind of flick into this right here. We have a 4 guard on top against the grain. So what we're doing is we're doing the same exact steps. We're just taking our 1 and just trying to smooth out this section into the blend. Now I have that 1 with the lever all the way closed, trying to make sure that this transition is just so smooth. We don't want it to look like there's a gap in between the fade and the top. So that area right there, we're gonna call the blend area, and we're just trying to make sure that we are smoothing in that out. So now we're gonna go in with a 1/2 guard, and we're just gonna go with the lever halfway open, and we're just gonna flick up into it. What I'm trying to do here is pack this fade in there, and then later on I will come back and I will stretch the fade up a little bit higher. I just didn't want to cut too much of the hair that we need off at first, and we just had to work into it. So the last step on the back for right now is just taking our open blade on the Filthy mod and just making sure that we are smoothing out the rest of this fade area. Later on, we will come back and take down the bulk in the blend area. If you guys are still tuned in right now, go ahead and please consider leaving me a like, comment, and hitting that subscribe button. Every single one of you guys boosts up my channel, and I appreciate you guys for that. Now we're gonna grab our Gamma Ergos, and we're gonna set it in our open section about 1 inch high, and just make sure that we connect it all the way to the back. Now we're gonna go ahead and start working that lever halfway open, and it looks like we're taking it all the way up to that line, and it is pretty close to it. We're just trying to make sure that we are stretching this, being that we are fading down. You go at a little bit different of approach than if you were just bumping it up slightly by slightly. So now I'm kind of working with the lever all the way closed, just flicking at that bottom line, not really trying to set in any harsh guidelines, just making sure that we are slowly but effectively taking out these lines. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 1 guard and do the same exact thing, always starting with the lever open on these guards, unless it's the 1/2 guard. Now we're gonna go ahead with the 1/2 guard halfway, and instead of doing 1 closed and just really just messing up what I got going on, I'm gonna jump straight to the 1/2 guard halfway, because in order of the links that actually will be next, then I'm working with the lever all the way closed, and then we're gonna go open clipper to finish off this fade, and we'll go ahead and start paying attention to the blend. So to start off our blend, what I'm gonna do is take a 1 guard with the lever closed and just kind of lightly go at that lip of hair that was hanging over. And now we can come back with our 1.5 and work up into that area while knowing that we kept the main part of the top that we wanted to keep. And to clean that up next, we'll go in with the 1 guard all the way open. And you can tell it's kind of coming together, guys. We're really close to finishing up this side. So right there, we're using a 2 guard with the lever closed and just trying to make sure that his head, we almost want to go with a round shape for this particular client. If we box up his head, it's really going to expose his receding hairline just a little bit more. And I want to tell you guys that just because most of the time we're going to keep it boxed up, but in some instances we will kind of shape it a little bit more closer to the round of their head. And here what I'm doing is going back to that blend on the back I was talking about. I didn't know exactly how high up I was going to take the side, so I wanted to just be careful and come back to this later on. So now we're up on our finishing steps on this back part. All right, guys, I'm gonna call this section the rough draft lineup. Like I said, his hairline is receding, so I'm just gonna put a line on where the hair first starts. I am gonna go back in later and do a professional pushback on him. I need to make sure that it is crispy, but I wanted to get an overall picture look at it, so I just rough drafted it, and then I will come back in a little bit later and I'm gonna put some enhancement on and really get his hairline as close to straight as I can without making it look crazy. And guys, right here I am using the Chameleon FX trimmer. Let me know what you guys think is your favorite trimmer. Please leave me some comments below. I would say that the Gold FX blade just has to be the best, but the detailer is a close favorite for me. All right, guys, we finished our rough draft lineup. Let's go ahead and start tapering out the beard. You can see here he did line himself up in between me doing this, so we are really having to fade down this top part, and in the long run fading this is just going to make it grow in better as long as he does keep leaving it alone. So this is what I'm talking about. We're taking a 2 guard at the top of that line. We're just trying to make sure that we can take it down to where we can put a sharp line at the highest point and that it looks faded in rather than short and then just bulk of a beard. So now that we've done that, we will go ahead and line up this back side of his beard, and then we can put the razor on the top line. Of course, I'm using the Tomb45 triple cartridge razor. I am using that Kentucky blue one. No, I'm not a Kentucky fan, but I still do appreciate that they made a blue razor. I'm not a big fan of the red one, but if you guys like red equipment, go check out the red, green, and blue collection of this triple cartridge razor on Tomb45.com. And yes, guys, I am dry shaving him. This is my homie. I know how his skin is gonna handle this. I do not recommend it for every single client, but there is always an appropriate time for this. So right here I am razoring the sidebars because those will not change. I do end up also doing his front hairline, but I've still not done my finished hairline on him yet. The sidebars will stay the same though, so I am gonna go ahead and do those first. With using the razor right here, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of waste time because I did take his hairline up just slightly higher than this right here. But I just had to keep it real and just let you guys know that I do make mistakes, and one of the mistakes I made was wasting 3 to 4 minutes on doing this right here. I left this short clip in just to show you guys that I was using the Topic hair fibers instead of using no drip. I don't think we had a whole lot of time this day, but for the transformation I just had to record it because I felt like you guys needed to see this video. So I did use Topic hair fibers, and now I'm kind of going back in and really putting my finished hairline on him. Like I said, I do a rough draft first on my receding clients because I want to make sure that I can look at it with a clear mind. And once I've done that rough draft, it just sets me up perfectly. And right here, we are just using the trimmer to push the fibers all the way down to the line of the beard and make sure that his face is already clean. I already put the razor on it, so I didn't want to keep putting too much stress on his skin. Right here, we are putting a line in it. That was a last second decision. He was feeling himself and he was like, you know what, just throw a line in there. I'm kind of feeling this one. So we did it, and it's kind of popping. You know, this is one of my favorite haircuts to do. Any type of haircut that I can throw, not a hook part in, but just like a little slanted part. So with that being said, if you guys ever want to book Cuts by Coast for a class, book me for one where I got a model I can do this haircut on, and I'll show you guys the best haircut I can do in person. And while we're finishing this up, guys, please go ahead and leave me a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. And here it is, guys. We're gonna use some hairspray to lock in these hair fibers for my man. You can tell he's feeling himself. And this is the finished product, guys. We got a 4 on top shaver bald fade with some enhancement and a part. It's Cuts by Coast, and I'm out of here.